Welcome to Hollywood Stars, your gateway to the hidden stories behind the spotlight. Today, we uncover one of the most shocking moments in recent entertainment history. The dramatic collapse of legendary dog trainer Cesar Millan, famously known as the Dog Whisperer. For years, Millan built a public image of calm control and unshakable confidence. But in a moment that stunned the courtroom and the world, he fell to the floor seconds after his sentence was read aloud. The man who once taught millions how to master their emotions had lost control of his own. What pushed him to that breaking point? Was it just a flash of emotion, or the unraveling of a carefully crafted persona? Join us as we reveal the untold story behind this public meltdown. Cesar Millan, who built a dog training empire on the philosophy of control and dominance, was the very one who lost control. As the judge read the sentence after months of tense litigation, Millan's face twisted with rage. He slammed his fist on the defense table and shouted at the prosecutor. Security officers rushed in as he charged toward the podium. The calm, composed demeanor he was once famous for had completely vanished. For nearly 2 decades, Millan stood as a global icon in the dog training world. His television shows aired in over 80 countries. His books sold millions of copies, and his philosophy of calm and assertive energy earned him legendary status. With an estimated net worth of over $25 million, Cesar Millan became a household name among pet lovers. However, as animal behavior science advanced, many experts began to challenge his methods. They argued that some of his techniques could inflict stress, fear, and even psychological harm on animals. This lawsuit isn't just an isolated incident. It's the result of years of simmering controversy. In one episode of Caesar 911, a dog trained by Millan was caught on video attacking a pig during what was supposed to be a controlled training session. The footage sparked public outrage and triggered a wave of testimonies from former clients and staff, many alleging that animals had been harmed under Millan's methods. Faced with mounting evidence, the judge ruled that Millan's training practices were not only physically damaging, but also fundamentally opposed to modern principles of animal welfare. If this story shocked you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Hollywood Stars for more breaking updates. And let us know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about this situation with Cesar Millan? We're eager to hear your thoughts in the comments below. The verdict came with a series of severe consequences. He is permanently banned from working professionally with animals, ordered to shut down the training center he founded, required to pay significant compensation to animal welfare organizations, and mandated to attend courses on animal behavior science. Yet perhaps the most painful punishment for Millan is this. He must publicly acknowledge that many of his training methods have been rejected by the scientific community. Millan's explosive outburst in court stunned even his longtime supporters. As he was escorted from the courtroom, he continued shouting, "I've been treated unfairly. My methods saved animals, not harmed them." The entire episode was caught on video and rapidly spread online. It became a symbol of the downfall of a once revered dog training icon. Outside the courthouse, the divide grew even sharper. Protesters raised signs condemning his methods. Loyal fans stood in silence, many with tears in their eyes. Some held photos of the dogs they believed Millan had helped. It was a powerful moment, capturing the unresolved and ongoing debate over the training methods he had used throughout his career. Millan's life and career have always played like a dramatic arc, from a blazing dream to the heights of fame. then spiraling into controversy and loss. Born into poverty in Culiacan, Mexico, Millan crossed the U.S. border illegally at age 21 with just $100 in his pocket and a dream to become the world's greatest dog trainer. His journey, from a homeless immigrant washing cars at a pet grooming shop in Los Angeles to becoming a global television star, is a powerful story of perseverance and extraordinary grit. Dogs saved him. They gave him purpose, but they also became the reason for his fall. For those closest to Millan, what happened in the courtroom was not entirely unexpected. Every story leaves behind a lesson. If this one moved you, like the video, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to Hollywood Stars for more untold perspectives waiting to be explored. Behind the charming and confident persona he displayed on television was a man quietly battling deep emotional pain. In 2010, his personal world began to fall apart. His wife of 16 years filed for divorce, leaving a devastating emotional and financial void. That same year, his beloved pit bull, seen by many as the soul of his training philosophy, passed away from cancer. The back-to-back losses sent him into a deep depression. So severe, in fact, that he attempted to take his own life with an overdose. What the public saw was a perfectly curated image. A producer who had worked with Millan revealed that he had fully embodied the dog whisperer persona, a calm, composed leader who could solve any problem. When his personal life collapsed, he clung even tighter to that public image. The idea of losing it was simply unacceptable. Though his career did recover from past setbacks, those close to him say he never truly healed from the trauma. He grew increasingly defensive, especially when critics began to challenge the core of his training philosophy. Despite mounting criticism from the scientific community regarding his dominance-based training methods, Cesar Millan remained resolute in defending his approach. The recent lawsuit wasn't the first time his techniques had come under fire, but it was by far the most serious. The controversy reignited after an episode captured a dog attacking another animal during a training session. The footage quickly went viral, sparking outrage and drawing the attention of animal welfare organizations. Though Millan wasn't formally charged in that incident, the public scrutiny opened the floodgates to a wave of allegations from former clients. One family claimed their French bulldog developed severe anxiety after a stressful training session. Another described how their dog was injured during recovery at the Millan Center. Most notably, testimonies from former employees revealed that on several occasions, the drama of the show was prioritized over the well-being of the animals. One former trainer recalled witnessing Millan deliberately creating stressful situations for the sake of dramatic footage, only to later edit the clips to downplay their impact. Experts who reviewed older episodes pointed out visible signs of anxiety and distress in the animals. Yet on television, these behaviors were framed as calm submission or surrender. Prosecutors built a compelling case by comparing Millan's methods with modern scientific research in animal behavior. Veterinary behaviorists and animal welfare advocates unanimously agreed that restraint-based training models no longer align with today's cultural and ethical standards. And that, ultimately, is what led to the controversial end of the career Millan devoted his life to. Recent breakthroughs in our understanding of canine cognition and emotion have fundamentally transformed how we interpret dog behavior. Dr. Emily Henderson, a leading authority in veterinary behavioral science, testified in court that the idea of dogs constantly trying to dominate humans and needing to be ranked lower in a pack hierarchy is scientifically outdated. training methods built around this concept don't address the root causes of behavioral issues. In fact, they often intensify fear and anxiety in dogs or create new problems altogether. Throughout the trial, Millan remained publicly confident. He repeatedly told the press that he had been misunderstood, that critics were simply misinterpreting his techniques. But as more evidence emerged, accompanied by testimonies from both people and animals affected, his legal team began to grow uneasy. Millan's attempts to defend his image as a man unfairly judged by science ultimately collapsed. A series of videos surfaced showing dogs under his care clearly exhibiting signs of distress and psychological strain. After the trial, Millan withdrew from public view. He declined all interview requests through a spokesperson. Rumors began circulating that he had returned to Mexico to avoid media scrutiny, though that has yet to be confirmed. His sons, who had once appeared alongside him on the show and were expected to continue his legacy, issued a brief statement. They asked for privacy during this difficult time. Meanwhile, the dog training industry is undergoing a major shift. Schools that once supported Millan's dominance-based philosophy quickly rebranded. They removed references to pack leadership and control from their websites and training materials. Trainers who once followed his methods are now openly pledging their support for non-coercive, science-backed approaches. A large portion of the industry is working hard to distance itself from the negative stigma attached to outdated training models. Professional organizations have taken the opportunity to educate the public on modern training philosophies. The American Veterinary Association updated its official position, stating that confrontational techniques may harm animal welfare. Instead, they now strongly endorse positive reinforcement-based training. If this story gave you something to think about, don't forget to like, share this video to raise awareness about humane training, and subscribe to Hollywood Stars for more stories that challenge how we see the world and ourselves. Participation in workshops and courses on animal behavior science has surged. Both professional trainers and everyday dog owners are eager to update their understanding. Animal welfare organizations that had long criticized Millan's methods now view this momentum as a significant turning point. An executive from a leading nonprofit stated that this case has done more to raise public awareness about humane dog training than anything in recent decades. While it's unfortunate that it took a major scandal to spark change, what matters most is that dogs will ultimately benefit from this shift. Even the television industry is beginning to pivot. Producers have started developing new dog training shows that center entirely on positive reinforcement. Many of these projects stand in stark contrast to the techniques that once made Millan a household name. Several streaming platforms have removed Millan's content from their libraries. In its place, they've added programming focused on canine cognition and evidence-based training techniques. As for the dogs affected, many have been placed in the care of behavioral specialists. Through gentle, scientifically grounded methods, they are slowly recovering from the trauma they were believed to have endured. Videos documenting their progress tell a powerful story. Without force, a dog can still learn, still thrive, still live happily and safely. Cesar Millan's training style was once a global sensation, captivating millions around the world. But after his dramatic downfall in court, the controversies surrounding him have only intensified. Still, many in the industry believe there's a path forward for Millan. A chance to evolve by embracing positive reinforcement while preserving the charismatic energy that made him a household name. However, others argue that Millan has shown no willingness to change. That became painfully clear in his explosive response to the court's verdict. Dr. Miguel Sanchez, a veterinary behavior expert who was invited to observe Millan's sessions, believes he once had the opportunity to evolve alongside science. With his massive influence and natural charisma, Millan could have led his audience toward a more humane and modern way of training. Instead, he chose to continue defending techniques long criticized for their potential to cause harm. Had he embraced change, his legacy might have left a far more positive mark on dog owners around the world. Millan's downfall hasn't just affected his personal career. It has sparked a broader public conversation about how we view our relationship with dogs. Across social media, more and more people are questioning traditional training methods. They're exploring alternatives, and they're sharing resources rooted in science-based behavioral understanding. Sales of books on positive reinforcement have surged. Nonviolent dog training classes are attracting more interest than ever before. Most importantly, this moment has triggered a widespread reassessment of the dominance-based training model that Millan helped popularize. The belief that humans must act as alphas to control dogs is slowly being replaced by a new philosophy, one grounded in cooperation and mutual trust. Dr. Lisa Reynolds, a leading researcher in canine cognition, asserts that we are moving away from outdated notions of dominance. Instead, we are beginning to foster genuine partnerships with our four-legged companions. For Millan, who once stood confidently before packed crowds, the reality now is starkly different. His future remains uncertain as the techniques he once championed are increasingly rejected by the scientific community. The question now is whether he will evolve or continue clinging to his old views. As he left the courtroom, his final words were nothing short of defiant. "The world does not understand my vision." Those were Cesar Millan's final words as he left the courtroom, defiant, yet laced with bitter resignation. His rise and fall are not merely the story of one man. They mark a turning point in how we, as a society, understand and connect with the dogs we call family. As more people embrace humane, science-based training, Millan's techniques are quietly fading into history. It's a reminder that no one, not even icons, can stand in the way of ethical progress. Ironically, his downfall may prove to be his most lasting contribution to the field. Thank you for watching this story unfold. It's a case that demands reflection and may cause many to question what they once believed. Be sure to like, comment with your thoughts, and subscribe to Hollywood Stars so you never miss stories that matter. See you in the next one.